this Friday?
This Friday, yes.
The application form and the questions that have to be answered, of which Barb's already got some of the information for me that she's pulled out of our finances, is what our costs have been so far. So.
Sounds like a great plan.
I'm really excited about this program, and the reason why I am is I see for it to enable cities to interact maybe more than they would otherwise, so that maybe they can look at bulk purchasing for items like LED lights, or just bouncing ideas off each other. I've traveled quite a bit in the last couple of weeks, and each city is unique, and they each they're coming in at different levels of energy efficiency, and it's just really interesting how everybody is looking at this. They're interested in this, but that this may be a way that we can get people working together, and to also educate each other about things that we can do to help each other on this. So.
And so tonight what we're really asking is just approval for me to actually fill out the application to get this started, and then we have to be accepted as one of the 20 cities, and then from there, if we need approval for different steps or to get started, at that point it'll have to come back to City Council for a final approval. So tonight's approval is just strictly to make the application.
So moved.
So
Second.
Thank you.
So then do they work with Light and Power, the different divisions, Waterworks and everything? If we're approved, then you proceed and work with the different group, everybody who's involved with energy.
Right. So we'll be looking at all your different buildings that the city owns. The REM will be meeting with all those individuals and conducting a building walkthrough. There's going to be a lot of dialogue between the REM and the city just to get all the information input into the B3 program.
Okay, we do have a motion to approve to apply for this project. All roll call.
Linius,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dallenbach,
Yes.
Grover,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, moving right along. Number 3, Richard Firstman from Breinmeyer Firstman is present to City Council with candidates for consideration of interviewing for the city manager position.
Who is this guy? I don't think
I
I've ever
don't,
seen him.
I don't know. I think we spent an awful lot of time with him.
Candidate for Eagle Scout.
It'd be easy.
I
It'd
saw
be
how
easy,
he
wouldn't
was
it?
received versus how this is going.
I know we hadn't we didn't want to see you come back, actually.
I know. I never wanted to see you again.
Yeah.
Except at a horse race or something. Well, folks, here we are. We all kind of know what happened. Our candidate got an offer from a private business and coincided with Cupid, a visit, and I guess to put it delicately, and so we decided to pull out. Never have seen that before. It is a violation of the International City Managers Association Code of Ethics. It really kind of took him out of professional government management pretty much forever. But that was his choice. Obviously, he had a soft landing spot, and it happened. So now we have a situation where I think I've outlined to everyone 3 choices. Number 1, there was a candidate that people liked who, sticking with our metaphor, wanted to date some other people before committing to marrying you. That date didn't turn out very well for him, and so he's saying, I would be more than happy to discuss the job once again with the city. To his credit, he was honest all the way forward. During the interview, he indicated that this was coming up. So I give him a lot of credit that he didn't jerk us around with that and was clear about his intention. Appreciate that very much in today's age, that somebody would be direct like that. He is interviewing tonight in California City. He didn't want to wait so he had an opportunity to interview. I have no idea, obviously, yet how that turned out. So that's one option, is to talk to him and see if he's still interested. Number two, we had additional candidates. I took it upon myself to call the candidates that were provided you in the portfolio. I did an update to see where they were at in life, and a couple of them had jobs already, and 4 that didn't indicated that they would be happy to come back or come to the city and interview if you so desired to talk to them. I also spoke with somebody who had intended on applying, but was interviewing in a different community. And that is, ended up being candidate 6, which I put a new 6 in there for you, which you received. This candidate is from Kansas, has also worked before as administrator in Iowa and Minnesota, and has an economic development background as well. So you saw that individual, and he indicated that he would be very interested in interviewing with the city as well. So if you were to select 2 to 3 candidates, bring them in, talk to them out of this group of what I will call 5, that can be arranged fairly quickly. Third option is to recast Annette and take a look at what our pay schedule is. Do we want to do anything with that, or do we just want to recast Annette and see if we can find new candidates now that it's about 2.5 months later? So those are sort of the 3 options that I see on the table, at least in front of you. At least from my perspective. There's other options, of course, but they would probably have to come from the Council Diaz. From my capacity, that's what I can offer the group right now as a continuation of this process.
So I understand that we just talked about numbers right now. I guess from my standpoint, number 9, I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with rethinking him.
And he can be
But
talked about. His name is public.
Okay.
John.
I don't have a problem with rethinking John, but I think at some point in time, John needs to kind of make up his mind. You know, we need to be comfortable with the fact that John